Basketball isn't easy. All my life, I've been striving to make myself better. It's a full-time commitment. To be the best, you have to work the hardest. You have to chase what seems impossible over and over and over again. Because giving up is not an option. And when you feel like you've reached your limit, it's only the beginning. That's when it's time to dig deep, to find the courage to push some more. Because if you got the drive, the discipline, and the resolve to do what it takes to make yourself great, then the rewards are endless.
Started.
Zombie on the track.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team in. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. I done kept it real from the jump. Living at my mama's house, we'd argue every month. I was trying to get it on my own. Working all night, traffic on the way home, and my uncle calling me like, where you at? I gave you the keys, so you bring it right back. I just think it's funny how it goes. Now I'm on the road, $500,000 for a show, and we started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started. All of the lights.
Y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby. You know what I need. Want you to see everything. Want you to see all the lights.
Hello and welcome. Great to have you along here for the NBA on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Miami Heat. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll catch up with you again at halftime.
Waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breaking in, shaping up, then it's a revolution, I suppose. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa.
Welcome to Noche Latina here in the NBA. A Latin flavor to the night's festivity as we get ready to go. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan here, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. First for the Spurs, Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And in the middle, out of Brazil, taken with the 28th pick back in 2008, the 6'11" pivot man, Thiago Splitter. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Duncan in at the 4. And for Miami, Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron James, and it's Haslam in at the power forward.
Spurs have always been very mindful of resting key players during the regular season. Some of it has to do with age of their players. Some of it is regarding talent because they knew they were a playoff team most years. And you look at the research, there is something to be said for not playing guys when they're fatigued because injuries are more likely if you play tired.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. Parker with it. Now defended by Mario Chalmers. Leonard, the open look. The shot, no good. Now the Heat take it the other way. And back to the Spurs and their strategy of resting their star players, not without some controversy. The NBA, as you may recall, fined the Spurs and Coach Popovich for sitting all their starting players for a nationally televised game back in November.
Well, it was their 4th game in 5 nights, and Pop wanted to rest some of their guys because of just the nature of their schedule. But I think the problem was he didn't give the league advance warning. In that game against Miami, when he rested those 3 players, he actually sent them home. And I think that was a little shot at the league. And that's why there was a problem, and that's why the Spurs and Popovich ended up getting fined.
Now here's Parker. Leads him in there. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Duncan dishes to Parker. The pass to Splitter. Back to Parker. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard attacking. And stolen by LeBron. To the paint. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Green. Parker kicks to Duncan. Outside Leonard. Parker passes to Leonard. Splitter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
Now here's Parker. Double team on Parker, and Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Parker kicks to Green. From past the arc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Green's got the game going with his first points of the game for San Antonio. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra. As a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart, Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
He talked about the challenge of game planning for Tim Duncan. He said Timmy's one of the best to ever do it on the low block. We've just got to play the percentages, force him to his left, and force him to make tough, contested shots. Guys, even though Duncan isn't a deadly free throw shooter, he knows how to draw contact. They want to avoid getting baited into silly fouls. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Parker. He passes to Duncan. That's good.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
The Heat trail by 7.
I tell you, Tim Duncan turned back the clock last season, didn't he? One of his best in years, and one of his best seasons ever when it comes to blocking shots. For a guy who doesn't get a whole lot of elevation, it's his timing that allows him to be a shot blocker without bouncing real high.
Well, I hope they start getting warmed up here soon. That's 0 for 4 to this point. And they're 1 away now from being in the penalty.
Yeah, you know, now's not the time to be careless. The next one sends them to the line.
Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. On defense, the Heat still without a basket in the game. Open shot, Green. It's hauled in by LeBron. You know, back to Duncan, Steve, you could make a credible argument that with the exception of Larry Bird, no player in NBA history has been more successful while blessed with fewer hops. I mean, I don't know if you'd say he's athletic.
You're right. I mean, he's not real athletic, but, man, the skill, the savvy, just the incredible knowledge of the game. One of the great players of all time.
Just such a pro.
Yeah.
Just such a pro. And Miami calls their first time out of the game. The Heat trail by 10.
You know, when something works for you, you stay with it. The Heat saw after the 2012 finals that small ball was very effective for them. You can see why they chose to do that, given how hard it is to find a power forward that can match up with LeBron. Makes good sense.
Now, here's Green after LeBron James's miss. Leonard, the open look, and it's San Antonio with another.
Boy, what a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, it sure has been. Look at the lead they've jumped out to already. Impressive.
Haslam dishes to Allen. Green with the block. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Parker's running. Splitter, defended by Chalmers, kept alive. Miami's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Allen with it. He's picked up by Parker. It's stolen by Green. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Parker passes to Leonard. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's LeBron. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Diaw comes in for Tim Duncan. Ano Ginobili's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bellinelli in for Daniel Green. Here's LeBron. Shot denied. Parker double teamed. Ginobili, that's for two. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Passes it to Haslam. Allen outside. Shot to stop the drought. No luck. Some solid defense from Bellinelli. San Antonio leading by 14. Manu Ginobili on the wing. Wide open look. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next three quarters as well.
Well, we'll see if that shot breaks things open a little bit. It's been a slow start.
Hopefully that gets them on the right track here, Steve.
Feeds it to Diaw. Again, the miss by the Spurs. So it's Miami now. And Chalmers kicks to Allen. Pass to Bosch. He feeds it to Haslam. Stolen away. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Parker dishes to Ginobili. Ginobili draws the double. Back to Parker. He kicks it to Bonner. Ginobili outside. Spurs passing it around. And that one's good. Parker.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
And after just 1 quarter of play. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
The Heat trail by 14. Nattier, the pass to Cole. Ray Allen is on the wing. Now the feed to Cole. Back to Allen. from deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Allen's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Heat.
Well, I think this is one of the more amazing stats in sports when you think about it. No matter the season or the roster, the Spurs just seem to find ways to win 50 games. They've done it 14 straight seasons now, which is off the charts.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Guys, Tony Parker summed up his role this way. Quote, the last 2 or 3 years, it's become my team. Papa's challenging me to become the franchise player. On Tony Parker's greater role, Tim Duncan says, quote, the load has switched over to him. It's a big thing, and he's handled it great. Guys, he's delivered, one of the top 10 players in the league last year.
That's right, Doris. Thanks.
Well, Pop and the team really believe in him. And they trust him, and he's rewarding that trust.
Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for Miami. LeBron, he's checked in for Miami. And Clark, as you said, the Spurs last season hitting 50 wins for the 14th consecutive season. By the way, that's an NBA record. Second closest were the Lakers with 12 straight, Steve, from 79 to 91.
Yeah, 58 wins last season for San Antonio. Greg Popovich calls it corporate knowledge, just the consistency that comes with the experience of the group. And they've been together so long, particularly that core, that I think it allows the Spurs to really kind of cruise at times during the regular season.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Parker with it. Picked up by Battier. And Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, I tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
Here's Diaw. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback. And the Spurs lead by 12.
That is a booming putback. Step aside, fellas.
They wanted nothing to do with him there.
At least not with the ball in his hands and the rim in sight.
Back to LeBron. The dish out to Cole. Launches a three. But they get it back. Here's Wade. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He was head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with Gold State Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Back to Ginobili. Pass to Parker. Goes up the baseline and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Tony Parker had a phenomenal 2011-2012 campaign, but as is the case with Greg Popovich, he challenged Parker to improve upon that for last season. Popovich told him, good players can be great for a little bit, but great players are always great. And that really resonated with Parker.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Splitters checked in for Matt Bonner. And it's Duncan in for Boris Diaw. And Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Chris Anderson. Think about how great Parker has been. We forgot his career almost came to an end in the summer of 2012. This is a very interesting part of his career.
That's right. He was an innocent bystander at a club in New York when a melee erupted, and Bottles were thrown. He got a shard of glass that penetrated almost through his left eye. Very easily could have lost his vision and lost his career.
And Duncan gets it to go in.
They're taking so many shots down there, and they're knocking him down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today, pound that thing inside.
Here's Cole. And here's LeBron outside. Tony Parker grabs the miss.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Well, when you have the best record in the league, you're going to be the most dominant, one of the most dominant teams at home. The Heat just destroyed people down in Miami, and only the Denver Nuggets had more wins at home than the Heat did.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, one of the most respected coaches in the league. As hard as he works, he's never took the game or himself too seriously. Asked about his creativity as a coach, he said, quote, "Oh, heck, I don't know anything about innovation. Here's my innovation. I drafted Tim Duncan." Okay, end of story. Guys, always a straight shooter.
Thank you, Doris. I would say Coach Popovich sold himself a little bit short. He's a very humble guy and very well respected.
He sure is. He knows how much Duncan does out there, but we all know what a great coach Pop is.
San Antonio making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And how crazy is that from the Heat to win as many games as they did last season, but still be second?
Basketball season has returned.
The path to greatness is long. There are no shortcuts. Nothing is easy. There is only your own determination and drive to become great. LeBron, path to greatness.
Welcome to LeBron, path to greatness. No one can predict what the future has in store, but that never stopped 2K from trying. So get ready. This should be a lot of fun.
In Dwight Howard's first season in Houston, he finally...
Sunshine in a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on.
People are saying it's a great series, but it's only great for the winner. We expect to win, regardless of what everybody else might say, but we know it won't be easy.
The long journey now reaches its epic conclusion. The pinnacle, atop this stage, with the attention of millions far and wide. Two teams hardened by the fire of competition find themselves within arm's reach of destiny, within grasp their place amongst the immortal legends of the game. Welcome to the NBA Finals.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 6 of the NBA Finals here in Miami, Florida. Tonight, the Miami Heat look to close out the new powerhouse, the Houston Rockets.
And Kevin, LeBron and the Heat eager to close this one out tonight. They've done what they needed to do and taken control of this series. Now they need to finish the job and complete their championship three-peat.
A dominant regular season for the Rockets, and it's taken, Steve, everything the Heat can muster to take advantage in the series.
And without question, Kevin, this is their best shot to win it. The Rockets are just too dangerous to let stick around. I think they've got to take care of business tonight.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Manning the backcourt, Jeremy Lin along with James Harden. It's Ashik paired up in the front court with Howard. And it's Parsons in at the three spot. And for Miami, on the wings it's D-Wade and LeBron James. Haslam and Bosh up front. And it's Chalmers in at the one spot.
And for the Miami Heat, the speculation all season long with the big three possessing player opt-outs at the end of the season. Will they all come back? Will they move on? I I think with the success this team has had, 4 straight NBA Finals appearances, and a chance here for a three-peat, boy, it'd be tough to leave that.
Here's Harden, and it's good. Harden's got his first bucket of the night.
I'll tell you what I love about him, his ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong, even with defenders hanging all over him. He continues to finish at the basket.
And you know what else, Steve? Watching him run the pick and roll is like watching poetry in motion. I mean, this guy has that basic play down pat. He's unstoppable when he runs it.
And Steve, back to the big three. They took less money to play together with the new CBA in place. Will the Heat have the money now to keep this team together?
We'll see. I mean, I think for all concerned, it'll be tough to walk away from all this. But for right now, of course, we're focused on the present. So the main thing is to take care.
In Dwight Howard's first season in Houston,